Okay, so this is exactly what I was talking about when it comes to Nvidia, guys. The stock got way too overbought. I think we hit 241 in the aftermarket, for Pete's sake. Cheers to that, by the way, guys. Happy Friday, by the way. I appreciate you all for tuning in. We just got way too overbought heading into earnings, and I told you guys yesterday the perfect scenario would be, okay, if Nvidia sold off before earnings, and what do you know? That's exactly what's happening right now. The Qs are down over 1.2%, the Russell's down 2.5%, the Dow's down 0.9, almost 1%, as the S&P's down pretty much 1% as well. So we're getting a nice shakeout today, not only across the board, but in these AI stocks, which they've been due, especially Nvidia heading into earnings. I think this is a perfect scenario because, look, the last thing we want, at least me, is Nvidia priced to perfection heading into earnings. That would set it up for a drop, in my opinion, especially considering we've seen the prior couple earnings reports. The stock has sold off afterwards, right? So the fact that we're getting a pullback here, and a nice one at that. I mean, we hit 241, now we're at 226, about a $15 drawdown, about 6-7%. That's pretty good heading into earnings, and I think we're going to find support right around this 50 moving average on this 4-hour chart, and we might already be finding support there as of this video, right, guys? And sure, it could go a little lower. We're currently at 226. It could slip down to 215, 220. That would be a nice spot. And again, that's a great setup heading into earnings on Wednesday with the RSI cooling off, and this is kind of softening the blow, if you will. If earnings aren't that great, which I think they're going to be great, but to play devil's advocate, if earnings come in a little off, right, just a tad off, the fact that we're already down 6-8% heading into earnings, at least as of now, that could soften the downside a little bit. Although, guys, listen, my opinion is earnings are going to be a grand slam. They're going to do very well. Guidance is going to be through the roof. But the $1 million question is, how does the stock react? Because we've all seen, again, what's happened in prior quarters, like we've covered in these videos. But overall, there's no denying the fact that we're structurally breaking out. So even if it tanks even further after earnings, as long as Nvidia holds over 210, 215, the bulls are in charge, and we're still in that structural breakout. That would just be a pullback within the breakout if we came down to, let's say, 210, 215. So either way, man, I think Nvidia is setting up quite nicely for a big move in the back half of the year. And for those that are like, oh, it's time to sell, time to lock in profits, I think we covered this in my video yesterday. I'll mention it again. Look at what happened last time we broke out. Back last year after Liberation Day, this stock broke out of $155, and it had a 40% move pretty much to the next all-time high, which was right around 210. I mean, look, we were hitting all-time highs all throughout that time period, but we hit 210, and that was the point of, that was a point where Nvidia was flat for months, right? 7-8 months up until now. So we had a 40% move. What I'm getting at here is we had a 40% move out of this 155 resistance all the way to 210. And now we're doing the same thing. We're breaking out of a multi-month consolidation period like we did last year. And now we're only above that 210 mark by about 6%. So if we kind of see another 30-40% move like we did last year out of this new or the previous all-time high, even if we see a 20% move, we have a lot more upside to go here, guys. So I think selling here, locking in profits here before earnings, and before Nvidia realizes this big move, I think it's a mistake, and quite frankly, I don't care if this stock sells off after earnings, I don't give a crap if it goes to 200, 205, because it's still breaking out. And I think ultimately in the back half of the year, we're going 250, we're going 270, and this is just the start of the breakout. It's just the start. We're only up about 6%, like I said, from that 210 breakout spot. And the last time we did that, last year, very similar setup, the stock ran 35 to 40%. And I think it's due. Considering the growth, the valuation, the price to earnings ratio, I think Nvidia is still trading at a pretty attractive price. And you could argue that it's a buy now. It's a buy at this level. You could make a serious argument, although I'm not adding shares here because I was buying all throughout 2025. I was buying more here in the low points a couple months ago. So for me, my position's kind of built out. But if you're not in it, right, you can literally make a significant argument that it's still a good deal here. And this dip is actually an opportunity. You can make that argument if you're okay with some volatility around earnings. And if you have kind of the vision, okay, let me look past this earnings report. I see it going at 250, 300 in the back half of the year, early 27. If you can kind of look past the short-term price action and see kind of where Nvidia is going based on previous trends, it's a buy here, right? You can make that argument. It's a great buy. And Nvidia is not the only semiconductor AI stock that is going down today. A lot of these are selling off, and rightfully so, man, because we've seen an insane run across all these names, right? AMD, look at AMD today, guys, down 4%, and it's still right at the 50 moving average. That's the crazy part. It's still right around that 50 moving average here on this time frame, trading at 430, which is insane. Micron's down 6%. Buyers are already coming in. I think it got down to about 719. Now we're at 730, so we're kind of consolidating a little bit as of now, which is a good sign. And again, we're noticing buyers coming in right at that 50 moving average. Other stocks like, let's say, Broadcom, those are down a little bit after hitting all-time highs, it looks like, yesterday. Let's see what else. Taiwan Semiconductor, TSM, is selling off a bit, about 3%. Not too bad. Let's see these big semiconductor ETFs like SOX. SOX is down 3.5%, still above that 50 moving average on this 4-hour time frame. I'm assuming SMH is as well, which is another popular, it's the VanEck Semiconductor ETF. You guessed it, it's still above that 50 moving average. The memory ETF we've been talking about is DRAM. That's still looking pretty good here, man, although it's down 5% on the day. So what you have to realize that is, and a lot of you know this, most of you know this, but when you're seeing insane momentum to the upside, there are going to be time periods where it slows down, and it has you questioning, oh, is it done? Are we due for a crash, right? But in reality, it's just a consolidation phase. It's a time where the charts are kind of gathering themselves, right? We've seen such momentum. It's cooling off a bit before the next big move. That's the way I'm looking at it, right? None of these charts are structurally broken. We're still maintaining uptrends across the board. We're still holding the key moving averages. So for me, guys, it's a time to arguably add, right? If you're not in these at much lower prices, it's a time where you could add, especially if you're a momentum trader. If you're in and out of these stocks, if you're very active on the charts, not a bad opportunity in my humble opinion. I'm curious kind of where your head's at. Let me know in the comments, guys. And by the way, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. I think 50% of you guys watch the content, but you're not hitting that subscribe button. And we're doing a $1,000 giveaway at 100,000 subs on YouTube. And if you're watching this on Facebook, man, yeah, we're at 85,000 followers. Heck, we might as well do a giveaway on Facebook at 100K. So make sure to hit that follow button if you're watching on Facebook. I appreciate all of you as always. So let's talk about these indices quickly as Of course, they're also cooling off. The S&P is down 0.9%, all while maintaining the 50 moving average. I mean, this looks great, doesn't it? As long as that 50 moving average holds, which it has over the last month and a half, the bulls are in charge. In charge, and I don't see it breaking, at least as of now. And the Qs, same thing, down about 1.25%. No big deal. We're still maintaining that 50 moving average, looking as good as ever, right? And it's just a healthy pullback. And the Dow Jones, of course, you guessed it, same thing. It's now teetering between 50K, 49.5, and it's above that 50 moving average. And the Russell, even though it's getting destroyed, 2.5% down, it's still maintaining that moving average as well. So pretty good day so far, man. Maybe not so much for the portfolios in the short term, but if you're looking a bit longer term, right? If you're looking over the next couple of weeks, this is a healthy pullback. I like it. I'm all for it. I'm one of these guys that, I'm not panicking, obviously, when stocks sell off. I think it's healthy overall. And I'm cool. I'm cool with seeing my portfolio down for a day if it means it's a healthy pullback and we're setting up for more upside later down the road, which is what I think's happening. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget, if you want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates, be a part of my private Discord. If you want to see all my trades, investments, options moves in real time, that's on Patreon. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stockssurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll see you all in the next video.